of all, we discuss about the plant water relations. Okay, so generally the water is very essential for all physiological activities of plants. So without water, plants cannot survive. So it provides the medium. Water provides medium to the substances dissolved in the water. So here, generally the cell consists of a protoplasm, cytoplasm. It is nothing but water. Different molecules are dissolved under several particles are suspended in the protoplasm. So generally, all plant particles have water. So here, a watermelon has 92% of water. The plants, most herbaceous plants have 10 to 15% of their fresh weight as dry matter. So seeds are also appear to be dry, but they still have water. So otherwise, it would not be alive or respiring. So it would not be germinate. So water is very essential for plants. So plants take up huge amount of water daily. So but lost it by the transpiration. So it is a everyday continuous process. So here the loss of water in the form of water vapor is transpiration. So transpiration is nothing but loss of water in the form of water vapor. So a mature plant almost 3 liters of water is absorbs every day. So there is a great demand of water for the plants. So for understanding the typical plant water relations, first of all, we have to understand some of the standard terms like the water potential or solute potential, etc. So here let us see what are the standard terms. What are the standard terms? So first of all, so the standard term is water potential. So it is a standard term. It is represented by a symbol, Greek symbol psi. That is PSI. So we pronounce it as a psi. The water potential is the fundamental concept for understanding the water movement. The second standard term is solute potential. It is denoted by psi s. The third one is pressure potential, psi p. It is denoted as psi p. So these two, solute potential and pressure potential, are two main components that determine the water potential. So now coming to the water potential, so it is denoted by the are represented by the symbol psi. So now water potential means the potential of water molecules to do some work. The potential is nothing but do some work, the capacity to do some work. If we take these water molecules in a system, so they are continuously moving. So that means if these particles or molecules, they're randomly moving in different directions. So that means they have kinetic energy. So that energy is potentiality, that is kinetic energy. So moving particles have kinetic energy. So here the water will also have the liquid have maximum water molecules. If they are maximum, they would have a maximum energy. That is the maximum kinetic energy. If they have maximum energy, the potential to do work would be the maximum. So pure water has maximum energy, or we can say the maximum potential. So potential of water molecule, that means we are talking about the water potential. And the water potential is represented by the psi. Is psi W, and the two units it is explained are expressed in pressure units such as pascals. So it is written as a PA. So by convention, the water potential of pure water and standard temperature at standard temperature, which is not under any pressure. So that means the pure water has the maximum potential. The reason for having maximum potential is because all particles, all the water are maximum energy and the maximum potential. So in other words, if we say that water is not pure, that means something. So the magnitude of this lowering due to dissolution of a solute is called as solute potential. It is said by psi s, and it is always negative. That is less than. Next, coming to the pressure potential. So if a pressure that is greater than atmospheric pressure, if a pressure is applied to pure water or solution, its water potential also increases. So it is equivalent to the pumping water from one place to another place. So if pressure applies, automatically water move forwards. The magnitude of this increment of water potential due to increase of pressure is called pressure potential. So it's usually positive, and it is denoted by psi p. So the water will also increases. That means it has a positive. So if we write an equation, that is the water potential is equal to the effect caused by the solute concentration and the pressure potential. Next, that is the equation may be written as psi w is equal to psi s plus psi p. This is our equation which we get when we want to calculate the water potential. So, and water potential is always dependent on how many water molecules are available, and if the number is more, and they could have more energy. So if the number is less, there would have less energy. So, and water will always move from a region of higher water potential to region of low water potential. So, the water will always move a region of high water potential to the region of low water potential. So next, coming to the another topic, that is osmosis. So osmosis nothing but the movement of water molecules or diffusion of water molecules across a semi-permeable membrane from a region of its higher concentration to lower concentration till it reaches the equilibrium. So the movement of water molecules of from a region of its higher concentration to the lower concentration across the semi-permeable brain is called as osmosis.
See this figure. Here the two chambers A and B. So these two chambers containing the solutions, these are separated by S. The question is, the solution of which chamber has lower water potential? The solution of which chamber has a lower water potential? So when we see this picture, so here low water potential means the solute particles are more in number. So here the answer is B chamber. And the second question is, the solution which chamber has solute potential. So solute potential is the number of solute particles must be less. Here the chamber A has a A, and when compared to the B, so water molecules move from A to A chamber to B through the semi-permeable membrane. So here the solute particles present in the chamber B. So chamber B has higher solute potential. So next, last question. At equilibrium, which chamber will have lower water potential? So at equilibrium, the both chambers have equal water potential. So here there are another definitions of the osmosis. So the movement of solvent molecules from dilute solution to concentrated solution. So another definition is from uh, hypotonic solution to hypertonic solution across the semi-permeable membrane till it reaches to the equilibrium. So main osmosis is the movement of water molecules or diffusion of water molecules across a semi-permeable membrane from a region of its concentration to lower concentration till it reaches the equilibrium. So at equilibrium, the two chambers will have the same water potential. Demonstration of osmosis by using a thistle funnel. Here the thistle funnel is filled with a sucrose solution and kept inverted in a beaker containing water. So here the sucrose solution is taken in the funnel. In a beaker, we have taken the pure water. So it is separated by a semi-permeable membrane which is tied to the funnel. So here this membrane, semi-permeable, is nothing but a egg membrane. So how the egg membrane is prepared is already studied in the 9th class. So by removing egg shell, the egg is kept in the HCl for some hours, like 4 to 5 hours. So wash the egg with tap water. So next remove the yolk and the albumin through a small hole. By removing the albumin and yolk through a small hole, and clean the egg membrane gently under the tap water. So here in this experiment, this egg membrane is used. So the water move in this experiment, the water move into the funnel, the beaker through this semi-permeable membrane automatically, because the water concentration is more in the beaker and the water concentration is very less because the has a solution in the funnel. So automatically there is an increase in the level of the solution in the funnel. So this will continue, this process will continue till the equilibrium reach. So if pressure is applied from the upper part of the funnel. So see the second drawing, second picture. So if a pressure is applied from upper part of the funnel, so the water not diffuses into the funnel. So this pressure is called as osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure is a positive. So here the more solute concentration ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నప్పుడు the greater the pressure will be required. ఎక్కువ pressure పెట్టాలన్నమాట to prevent the water flow. So here automatically the reverse flow of water takes place, the reverse osmosis takes place. So the greater pressure will be required to prevent the water diffusion into the funnel. So these are about the plant water relations and osmotic pressure, solute pressure, and pressure potential, also osmosis. So if you want, I can repeat this topic because it is not clear. Water is very essential for all physiological activities of the plants. So it provides a medium to the substances dissolved in the water. So generally cells have protoplasm. The protoplasm and cytoplasm is nothing but the water. So 50% of water present in the protoplasm. So different molecules are dissolved in the protoplasm, and several particles are suspended in the protoplasm. So generally a watermelon has 92% of water. Seeds appear to be dry, but they still have water. Otherwise, it would not be germinate. So water is very essential for the plants. So this absorbed water, most absorbed water is lost by the process called transpiration. So here the loss of water in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. So loss of water in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. So a mature plant absorbs almost 3 liters of water in a day generally. So there is a great demand of water. So for this understanding of plant-water relationship, first of all, we have to understand some standard terms like water potential, solute potential, and pressure potential. So first coming to the water potential. Water potential is the fundamental concept for understanding the water movement. So here the water potential means potential of water molecules to do some work. If you take these water molecules in a system, so they are continuously moving. So that means these water particles or molecules, they are randomly moving in different directions. So that means they have kinetic energy. They have kinetic energy. So this moving particles also having water also having the kinetic energy. So this energy is used to do some work. If we take pure water, so this has a maximum water molecules. So if they are maximum, the capacity to do work, it would be the maximum energy. So if they have maximum energy, the potential to do work is maximum. So pure water has a maximum energy. We can say that maximum potential. So it is denoted by the symbol psi W, to unit in which it is explained or expressed in a pressure unit such as pascals, written as PA. So by convention, the water potential of pure water at a standard temperature, which is not under any pressure, taken to be zero. So here, if anything is mixed in this water, the concentration of water become less. So if that means when we dissolve something in it into it, the water potential is going to be less than zero. So that means the water potential of solutions always less than zero. That is, it becomes minus. So it is no longer pure water. So it can be -1, -2, or -3, etc. So the solutions always have water potential is less than zero. So maximum will be only to the pure water. So now when we talk about the factors affecting the water potential, so these are solute, pressure, and gravity. So gravity has a negligible effect. So next, coming to solute potential. So if some solutes dissolved in pure water, the concentration of water decreases, so reducing its water potential. The magnitude of this lowering due to dissolution of solute is called as solute potential. So it is denoted by psi s, and it is always negative, that is less than zero. So if pressure applied to pure water or solution, the water potential also increases. So it is equivalent to the pumping water. So we pump with some energy like current or etc. So the water move from one place to another place. So there must be some pressure. So this magnitude of this increment of water potential due to increase of pressure is called as pressure potential. So it is usually positive. So it is denoted by psi p. So if pressure potential increases, water potential also increases. So that means it has a positive effect. So osmosis is the movement of water molecules or diffusion of water molecules from a region of its higher concentration to region of lower concentration through a across a semi-permeable membrane. So this process takes place till it reaches to equilibrium. So at equilibrium, the two chambers will have the same water potential. So we have already conducted this potato osmoscope experiment in 9th class. So once I repeat this experiment. So if the tuber is placed in the water, this is the water taken in the petri dish, this potato tuber make a cavity in the potato. So this cavity is filled with the sugar solution, that is concentrated solution of sugar. And when we keep it in the petri dish, so the water moves from petri dish to the potato cavity. So because concentration gradient, so that means the water level increases in the tube. So that is about the osmosis. Next figure, they have two chambers, A chamber and B chamber, and this is separated by a semi-permeable membrane. Here are some questions. Two chambers experiment. So these are the some questions. So the solution of which chamber has low water potential. Solution of which chamber has a low water potential. So the low water potential is generally present in the, so automatically present in the chamber B, because it is a concentrated solution. So next, the solution of which chamber has a lower solute potential. So solutes are very less in the chamber A. So it is answer is chamber A. Next, the third question is in which direction does osmosis occurs? So automatically the water moves from higher water potential to low water potential. So here from chamber A to chamber B. So next, fourth question, which solution has the high solute potential? So here the solute potential is more in the chamber B. So next, see this picture. Here the beaker which is filled with water, and a funnel which is filled with a sugar solution, very concentrated solution, and this funnel is covered with a membrane, semi-permeable membrane. Now it is taken as a semi-permeable as a egg membrane. Here egg membrane is taken. So this egg membrane is prepared by keeping the egg in HCl for about 4 to 5 hours. So the outermost shell will be dissolved. Next, taken this egg will have to clean under the tap water, and this yolk and albumin is removed by, by, by picking a small hole and clean the egg membrane gently under the tap water. So this egg membrane is nothing but the semi-permeable membrane. So here in this experiment, this egg membrane is used. The egg membrane is tied to the funnel. So here in this experiment, first picture, the water moves. See the arrows. The water moves into the funnel from the beaker, because water gradient, water concentration, water potential is more in the beaker when compared to the funnel. So again is the level of the water in the funnel. So next, see another picture. If external pressure applied from the upper part of the funnel, so the water not diffuses into the funnel, because the external pressure is applied in the funnel. So this pressure is caused, this pressure is also called as osmotic pressure. So here the more solute concentration, the greater pressure will be required to prevent the water diffusing into the funnel. So here the water molecules flow reversely into the beaker. So that is also called as reverse osmosis. So that is pressure can be applied as shown to stop the water movement into the funnel. So that's all for today in this lesson. The protoplasm, because of concentration gradient, the water enters into the cell. So when the concentration is very less in the solute particles, the water is more, and the pressure exerted on the walls of the cell. So when the water is more, or concentration of water is more in the cell, the pressure is exerted on the walls of the cell. So that is called as turgor pressure. When the cell become turgid, బాగా ఉబ్బిపోతుంది అన్నమాట, వాటర్ కాంటెంట్ లోపలికి వెళ్ళిపోయినప్పుడు cell becomes turgid. So there must be some pressure exerted on the walls of the cell. So that is called a turgor pressure. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Oh.